So just listen to this and tell me if I'm crazy. Never in my life did I ever think I was gonna hear Church Slavonic and the Great Sept of Baelor, but before I get to that, a few other things to get out of the way. Recycled Lord Varys, with the looks of recycled Shay, is now supposed to have saved Rhaenyra in the previous episode? How? Didn't she just pass by the assassin, kinda looked back at him, and then the assassination attempt happened anyway? How did she warn anyone, and how did she save Rhaenyra? Maybe I'm stupid and I don't get it? Someone please explain if so. Then, Matt Smith is just fine barging into Harrenhal and claiming it all by himself. And yeah, I get it, he came on a fucking dragon, but the dragon isn't with him inside the castle. And so he just walks around the place and sleeps there and completely safe. I don't care how much people might tell me he's supposed to be this insanely brutal and powerful warrior. You just send 5, maybe 10 people tops against him in a sword fight and he's fucking dead. And I bet the people who were in the castle had a much larger contingent than 10 fucking people. If Chuck Norris had to fight 50 Danny DeVitos, I don't care how strong Chuck Norris is. I'd bet on the Danny DeVito army. And by the way, now I'm supposed to believe he regrets killing a child? After all the stuff this piece of trash has done. If this is supposed to be the new recycled Jaime Lannister, I'm not falling for that. And mind you, I never even fell for the Jaime Lannister bad but secretly good guy character arc. I don't fucking care how many people you saved from burning. If you push a child out the window, you deserve to die in a fucking ditch. And die screaming. And so now this is the moment where I get to the big thing in this episode. Here it is again. Trust me when I say this, I grew up with the Orthodox Slavic Church. I've been to like a million masses and sermons and funerals. I know what this is when I hear it. The priest is clearly chanting Gospodi pomiluj, and this is the Slavic translation of Kyrie eleison in Latin, which means God have mercy, or God preserve us, or God save us. And I know most people won't even blink or give a fuck about this, but to me this is very interesting. Why did they use a Slavonic chant in the show? Did they just want to find some church chant and dug up this recording from somewhere and slapped it on there without knowing people would recognize it? Or did they do this intentionally? If so, why? What was the idea behind it? And why exactly the Slavonic version of it? And mind you, not that I'm complaining about it, I actually really like it. To me especially, the moment I heard this, I felt like I was really at some fucking funeral for like the 50th time. Them employing this chant in the scene really made my brain feel like I was in the church with Alicent and Rhaenyra. I absolutely love it when they employ such realistically cultural elements from our world. And it's not just this moment. For example, they're also employing some really beautiful Tudor-resembling fashion. The musical pieces across the brothel sound really authentic, and I love every single second of these subtle tidbits. But this thing with the Slavonic chant was more directly copied than anything I've ever seen in either Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon. They literally copied the text from the chant, and one could argue even the melody. What was the idea behind this? I'm just puzzled to the core. Anyway, that was all I had to say about this episode. I really got surprised by this. And I do hope I'm not insane and the only one who's hearing this.